More than a year after MoviePass imploded, Mitch Lowe finally admits he made a mistake. But does he understand what that mistake actually is? Hey everyone, this is Kevin, film critic of iCritic.net. Thank you for joining my channel. So, we have not heard from former MoviePass CEO Mitch Lowe in a very, very long time. Frankly, the guy was practically a ghost in the last several months of MoviePass, and I think he was trying to distance himself from the disaster that was that sinking ship as much as he could. And of course, then stories came out that showed that he may have been just as corrupt, if not more corrupt, than Ted Farnsworth. Well, Mitch Lowe was talking on Euronews fairly recently about streaming, Netflix, and the future of movies when he was briefly asked about MoviePass, and surprisingly, he did take ownership of the failures of MoviePass. Kind of. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, you went from Netflix to MoviePass. Now, tell me about that move, because at the height of your time there, you had like millions of subscribers. And this, I guess, was a subscription service, but more for cinemas.
Yeah.
But then something kind of went wrong and it dropped to like 300,000 subscribers.
Right. Well, I thought we could do the same in cinemas that we did at Netflix, which was, you know, take away the barriers of experimentation and discovery. And lo and behold, it grew too fast. We grew in 8 months, we had 3.3 million paying subscribers. And it was just too much, so we imploded. At 9 months into it, our investors said, okay, you know, no more. What I should have done is controlled growth.
So anyway, that's interesting, isn't it? So I kind of wonder if Mitch Lowe really understands what the problem is. He does admit that, yeah, they exploded and they lost a lot of money, but he said his problem was controlling the growth of the company. Here's the thing. MoviePass, when they went from like $100 a month to $10 a month, they did that specifically to grow. They did that to catch people's attention. They did that to make a mark. And sure enough, they did. But here's the thing. The problem wasn't the growth. The problem is that this company was not sustainable at the price they were charging. I mean, look, one of the things that probably should be pointed out with MoviePass is it got popular very fast, very quickly. And when you get that popular, you kind of almost get on like a little bit of a high, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how good this is doing. We got to keep doing this. But maybe you should stop and think, okay, if it's growing this fast, maybe it's because they're taking more advantage of us than we are of them. See, the reason AMC Stubs A-List and Regal Unlimited are profitable, and of course Cineworld's been doing this for a long time, is because of the optics of the service. They charge a fee that, yes, it does not take an awful lot to start saving money. But it's also expensive enough where during slow months where maybe someone sees one movie or no movies or maybe two movies or maybe the three movies they see are matinee price, whatever, that if people use it, there's still some money to be made. What's more, these passes at the movie theaters, they know they are driving customers to that theater where people are much more likely to buy concessions. MoviePass was charging a fee where after using it once per month, which was very easy to do, well, after charging it, seeing one movie per month, guess what? MoviePass was losing money. And they did not get to partake in the snacks or the concession benefits. So it's funny that Mitch says that the problem was the growth. The growth was not the problem. Every company wants to grow. I mean, there is such a thing as a company getting too big, too fast, but the investors were not complaining of the fact that MoviePass was growing exponentially. They were concerned about the fact that they had like 3 million subscribers, and the average MoviePass subscriber was losing the company $30 to $60. You times $30 to $60 by 3 million people, and you're basically lighting money on fire. I mean, you're doing what Warner Brothers is doing when they put Dune and Matrix Resurrections on HBO Max. You're taking truckloads of money, you're putting them in a pile outside the building, and you're literally lighting them on fire. That's what MoviePass was doing. So, I don't know. I give a little credit to Mitch that he actually admit that, yeah, we made mistakes, and the company was a victim of its own success. But I still am not sure if he actually understands why the company was a victim of its own success. Had MoviePass gotten 3 million subscribers and cost $30 a month, well, they might still be around today, but we will never know. Or maybe we will know. After all, Stacy Spikes is bringing MoviePass back, so we might actually get to see where this sequel goes. Maybe the sequel will be successful where the first one kind of failed. But anyway, I wanted to give that little bit of an update. I was actually really surprised that, you know, Mitch is still being talked to. Like, he's not the CEO of MoviePass anymore. He's still not at Netflix. He's not at Redbox. And I'm starting to even think, like, after the way MoviePass was handled, maybe he wasn't a big contributor to the success of those other companies. So, I don't know. And I still wonder if he really gets what he did wrong. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there. What do you folks think, though? Do you think Mitch Lowe learned his lesson? Do you think this was a good apology? Do you think it need to go a step further? Or are you kind of like me? It's like, well, I guess it's better than nothing, but it's, you know, this is probably as good as it's going to get for better. I would love to know. Comment below. Like, share, always, playing responsibly. Have a good one.